This week on Home and Away in Australia, Bree's life is on the line as she's stabbed by an unruly patient. Will she survive? The past few weeks have seen Remy beg Bree for forgiveness and a second chance. Bree did attempt to forgive her former partner, and they began to awkwardly date, but after they slept together, Bree realized that it was all too much for her and called off the relationship for good. To top it off, she's now found herself living with two loved-up couples, Theo and Lacey, and Sunny and Dana, and has been spending all of her time at the hospital to avoid their respective love bubbles. Her luck doesn't get any better later this week, as she faces an unruly patient by the name of Bart at Northern Districts Hospital. She and new colleague Joe are already facing a busy day at the hospital when the patient arrives. It seems like he's high on drugs, and he becomes increasingly agitated as Joe tries to assess his condition. Bree is rattled but steps in to protect her colleague, knowing things could turn nasty for Joe if they don't calm Bart down. When Bart is combative, this automatically puts Bree on high alert, Juliet Godwin explains to Aussie Magazine TV Week. She's dealt with patients like this before and knows their behavior can turn nasty in an instant. She has to navigate giving him the treatment he has the right to, while still managing his mood and protecting her staff. Looking to protect the other patients, Bree decides to move Bart to a private ward, and alerts security to the potentially risky patient. She then tries to calm Bart down, which leads to the pair grappling on his bed as she attempts to restrain him. At that moment, Bart goes on the attack. He manages to grab a pair of surgical scissors on the table, and uses them to stab Bree in her side. As Joe and her colleagues rush to Bree's side, it's clear that she's in serious trouble. Her breathing is labored as they realize that the scissors have punctured her lung. As Bree bleeds out, she's in pain and struggling to breathe, Juliet continues. She tries to move as far as she can from Bart, but her injuries are too severe and she slides down against the wall. Bree, who's not used to being a patient, tries to diagnose her own symptoms, and with the clock ticking, she becomes frustrated with Levi and Joe. Will they be able to treat her in time? She's struggling to breathe with a punctured lung. As Levi and Joe make their assessment, this just aggravates her more. Being a doctor, she understands everything they are saying, Juliet explains. Blood is pooling in her lung and, unless Levi can fix it quick, Bree knows she may not survive. The race is on. Will Bree survive?